Welcome to This Was Fun podcast with Nathan and Meg Yancy. We're so glad to have you here.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to talk about something today, and honestly, I'm having to freshen his memory because he doesn't remember having this conversation.
I do not, but I'm excited to actually have the conversation right now.
Exactly. It'll work out. I will be having this conversation for the second time with him. But it'll be first time for him because he doesn't remember it. So let me get my notes because I wrote down.
Oh, getting the notes out.
I know.
Getting the notes out.
So it was just a random day, and we're in our bedroom here, and he came up to me and grabbed my attention and said, "Thank you for sacrificing everything you have." And I was like, "Thank you. You're welcome. Are you being sarcastic?" And he was like, "No, why would I be sarcastic?" And I was like, what do you feel like I've sacrificed for us? What are the specifics of what I have sacrificed? And I don't actually remember how the conversation went after that, but I said, "Thank you for you sacrificing things for our family." Mm-hmm. And then you thought about it for a minute and you said, "Well, what have I sacrificed for us?" Right? Do you kind of remember that?
No.
Okay. Why'd you just say right then? Right? Okay, so you don't remember that either.
I do not remember this conversation.
Okay.
But we can talk about what I believe you have sacrificed for the family over the years.
Okay, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember in the moment what we both said, because I think you thought about it for a moment and you didn't really think anything off the bat that you had sacrificed, which led us into a deep conversation that he has no recollection of about what have we sacrificed for each other and for our family, or since we really couldn't think of much that we both sacrificed, have we done a really good job over the 17 years of marriage of being good about living life, trusting God through the process, and supporting one another in different dreams and ambitions? I don't know. That's the conversation we're going to have today.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to hear again your thoughts on this. Because I feel like I don't remember exactly how our conversation went. I just know we had a pretty deep conversation about this and about sacrificing.
You're saying we had this amazing conversation that was a pivotal moment for you, but you have no recollection at all what we talked about.
I do. I don't remember where we left off on it. I feel like we left more off on neither of us could pinpoint a lot that either of us have sacrificed over the years, and that wasn't a bad thing, because we feel like maybe we've just done a really good job of coming alongside one another, walking through life, trusting God through the process, and not needing to sacrifice a ton of things because we did the things we wanted while we were raising kids. It wasn't like we were like, "Oh, we gotta wait for this to be done. We gotta wait for this to happen with the kids." We just brought them along with us for whatever it was our dreams, ambitions were, while walking alongside them in their lives. That's where I feel like we ended up on.
Sure.
But you don't remember this.
I do not remember this.
Okay, well, let's talk about it now.
Let's talk about it.
Let's freshen it up.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Do you feel like I have sacrificed a lot in 17 marriage, or can you think of an actual time?
Well, I think that marriage in general and, sharing your life with someone there's a lot of sacrifice, right? There's
For
a
sure.
lot.
Naturally.
Yeah, naturally. There's a lot of things that you're putting to the side for the overall good and what's best for the family, what's best for the marriage, what's best for the kids.
Marriage is naturally sacrificial.
Yes, I think that, a marriage, raising a family together, naturally, there's a lot of things that we each have to sacrifice for what's best for the family, what's best for the marriage. So I feel like over the years, yes, I absolutely feel like you have sacrificed a lot. And I don't necessarily look at sacrifice as a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. So when I think about some of the things that you're doing right now, you just a year ago started playing volleyball again, and you love it. It's, you're having a blast. I can see the joy and the excitement in you every time you play and when you talk about it. But you hadn't played volleyball for 15, 16 years. And that a lot of that had to do with you're busy being a mom,
And I
and
was pregnant or breastfeeding.
you were pregnant or breastfeeding or, busy being a mom, kids have things, and you put volleyball to the side for so many years. And now we're in a season where, all of the kids are older, our youngest is 7. So you're able to do a lot more of those things. And now that I see you doing it, volleyball in particular, I'm like, wow, she's gone many, many years without being able to play volleyball. And now that she's back in it, I can see the joy, just in you. Your bodybuilding competition, since we've started dating, you've talked about always wanting to do a bodybuilding competition. And now you're doing it and you're doing great. But that was something that you set aside for many, many years. And again, now we're in a season where you can do that. But
I didn't even think of those things.
Yeah.
That's enlightening.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how you said sacrificing isn't a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. I feel like it usually comes with a negative connotation of like, well, I couldn't do these things. I had to sacrifice this so that I could be here. But my priority in my heart has always been with you and the kids. So it never felt like sacrifice because it felt like I was right where I needed to be.
Sure. Yeah.
For that season. And then now I find myself, doing volleyball and okay, I'm going to do bodybuilding and whatever that looks like because I have the time availability to make it work. I mean, it's tight still, but it's more feasible than I couldn't when I was pregnant or breastfeeding or when they were young babies.
Right. Yep.
So, wow, I didn't even think of those things.
Well, and I think of another area in particular is more so over the years we've, I should say, well, both of us, I think we've gone through this where we realize that we have to knock down or throw away our idea of how we feel the other person should live life, should do things. And I felt like early in our marriage, or even just my personality is, we're together as a family 100% of the time. We don't spend any time away from each other. We're always like doing things together. And it's taken me some time to realize that you're a person that loves to travel. You like going on, these girls' trips for like a week long. And to me, like for a long time, I'm just like, I was kind of like, why does she want to be away from us? Why does she want to go away for a whole week? Why does she think she can go away for a whole week? We have 6 kids, we have all these things going on. Why does she think she get to do this? And then I just realized like, it took me a while to like get rid of that thinking and understand that that's something that you love to do, and it's part of who you are and part of what makes you so awesome, and it gives you the energy for us really. It's kind of like exercise. Like exercising gives you energy in life,
Right.
like the more you do it. And like for you, I've come to a point where I'm like, she needs these trips. These trips rejuvenate her. It's good for her. So while it might suck that I'm holding down the fort for 5 days or whatever it is, I know that it makes you happy and it's going to give you energy, and you're going to be your best self for all of us by getting to go do those trips.
And that it was never about me wanting to be away.
Right.
I that's the worst part, is being away from you guys. But also, I do love to travel, and I do love to go on girls' trips, and I hold no mom guilt for it. A lot of women don't go do things, won't even go out for a night because they just feel so guilty. And I'm like, nah, peace. I'm going to go have fun doing this. And coming back and being fully, and I think because I do try to be a present mom, and I try to do special things with the kids, and I try to plan also really fun things for us to do as a family and intentional time together. So I don't feel I'm lacking. I'm like, I'm with them 24/7. And we've designed our life that way. We've designed for us both to work from home. We've designed our life to homeschool because we do enjoy being with our kids. So I don't hold guilt for also going and doing other things, not all the time. I think there was an excessive season, you would say, yes? Yes,
for
there was
sure.
an excessive season.
There was about a year and a half or so there where it was like,
Yeah, too much.
whew. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Because it wasn't just travel, it was also like 3 events a week, like every night.
I don't want to say no.
You're saying yes to like every
everything.
single event.
Now I'm more mindful of that. But I think it did take a while for you to be like, oh, we're different. Our brains think differently when it comes to this. And probably also due to our upbringing and, you know, our childhood, and so how that shifted our perspective as parents. But I am 100% I can be home with the family all the time and be 100% happy. You
Maybe
go
to
anywhere.
I would go to the movies. Like I need to go to the movies every
Yeah.
once in a while. But
Yeah,
and I need to get a run in. I need to run and I need to go to movies. But otherwise, I'm good. I'm content.
Yeah. You are.
And
need
you
very
get
little.
antsy.
I need to go.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is most couples. There's like, you know, one of each. And then being able to meet in the middle ground and have understanding and grace for each other.
Yeah.
I think we've developed that. It's taken us a long time. But we've developed that. But also, you've done a few things where you've been away longer and you're like, oh, wow, that actually was pretty great. And I like cooking less food when you're gone.
Cooking less food.
Yeah, like every mom knows when the husband is gone, we don't cook anymore. We're just like, it's a free-for-all. You just grab whatever you want. We don't have to cook dinner when you're
You
gone.
make it sound like I eat a ton of food.
It's not
and you're
that
like,
you eat a ton
I
of
get
food.
to cook way less because when you're here.
No, it's just like every mom knows that when the husband is away, we're not cooking dinner anymore.
Well, yeah, when you're away, it's the kids love it because when you're
cereal.
away, we don't eat cereal in our house. But we developed a system where when mom goes on a trip, we get cereal. So it's like a special treat for the
usually
kids.
Out to eat.
Yep, and we usually maybe go out to eat once or twice, and then we get the frozen pizzas and all that. But we don't cook when you're gone.
Yeah, it's true.
It's more
the
of a
whole
free-for-all.
dynamic.
They probably have cereal like a couple meals a day.
Totally do. And when I'm gone, you usually go crazy on 5 different house projects. And you get like a ton done when I'm gone. So we end up, missing each other. And it's so sweet when we get to reconnect when one of us is away. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So sometimes I think it is good.
Yeah.
You should be thanking me that I like to travel.
I'm happy you like to travel.
I do. I was going to say, I probably haven't sacrificed too much in the travel area because if there's an opportunity that comes up, I will be there. And I probably have not. I haven't sacrificed too much in that area. But again, like you said, it's not. I think I was looking at it as a negative thing.
Yeah.
And you helped me reframe that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just never saw the sacrificing of certain things as I was missing out on anything because I was doing exactly what I wanted to be doing. I've always wanted to be a mom. that would be the ultimate dream, you
Yeah.
know, in reality. So I wouldn't care about anything. So
Yeah.
it's my food alarm to eat meal number 5.
5 meals per day.
Okay, so now I guess we've pinpointed that we indeed have sacrificed for one another.
Well, you haven't said what you
Well,
think I've sacrificed.
Right. I want to hear if you thought of anything that you feel like you've sacrificed over the years. I know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I'll go first. I feel like your sacrifices lie more in being the provider of our family, because instead of maybe pursuing what was on your heart during different seasons or what you would have really loved and been passionate about, you did what you needed to do to pay our bills and provide for a family of 8. And I feel like that has been a huge sacrificial piece of you. And then you've been through different seasons and transitions yourself in that, of like, I need to do what I need to do to make money, was a season, whatever it is, to then I need to be doing something that I'm passionate about. I can't just keep going through what's comfortable. I need to be passionate. To now, where I feel the phase you're at is, I want to do something that I enjoy. I might not be passionate about it, but if I'm making money with it for my family, I will find joy in it because I'm able to provide for my family through it.
Sure.
So I feel like you've had your own different phases of that, but through our 17 years together, you've absolutely sacrificed what you maybe would have wanted to do or wanted to pursue, but we didn't have the time because we had to pay bills.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't have the time to build it, or we didn't have the connection, so, you know, we couldn't wait for that to happen. That's what I see most of your sacrifice placed in. And I know there's more things, but
Yeah. No, I think, work is a blessing. And yeah, it can be a sacrifice. And, I work, whether I'm, doing entrepreneurship or working a 9 to 5,
Right.
I work to provide for the family. And I think you do, obviously. I think any, person in a marriage and a family that's working, is somewhat making a sacrifice to provide for the family.
right.
But I think it's a blessing to be able to have work.
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure, there's so many times where where I'm questioning what I'm doing, and I'm like, if I didn't have a family of 8 to provide for, I can just like go down this avenue right now and not, be doing this, what I don't
Right.
necessarily want to do, be passionate about. So I would say yes, in that sense, that I've sacrificed staying for a long time in a, maybe a career path or a profession because it was safe.
Yeah.
And, I know that I needed to provide for the family, and it's what was needed for us. And
Right.
I think that we're now in a season where I can, explore a little bit more, which is great. And
Because because we've intentionally decreased our expenses so that our income is more impactful.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the second time we've done this. We downsized back in
2019. Yep.
and then we spent the next 4-ish years climbing up and up and up, and then we're like, nah, time to go back down again. It's a much more simple, joy-filled
Yeah.
life.
Maybe we can do a whole episode about that even.
For sure.
We could.
That's a good idea. That'll be next. Is there anything else that you feel like you've sacrificed, whether in a negative or a positive way?
Well, I think I've sacrificed what I was I don't know what the word is, but my belief in what our family life should look like. And, and I mentioned the traveling thing.
Okay.
So I felt like for me, that was a sacrifice on my part.
When they were
or
younger?
a compromise.
Do you still feel like that now? Or do you feel like that was more when the kids were younger?
I feel like more now. It's
Really?
a sacrifice than when they were younger. When they were younger, they had nothing going on other than to be home. Now we have multiple kids in sports. They want to hang out with friends. They have youth group. There's so much more going on now that when you do leave and go out of town, there's much more that I have to manage than when they were younger.
So you don't actually really like when I leave.
What do you mean?
Like I don't want this to sound bad. Like when you leave, I miss you, but like we're good. Like we're good.
Yeah.
But it's probably because of the roles we play in our family. Like I'm taking care of a lot of that stuff that then you have to pick up when I'm gone. Is that what you think?
Right. Yes.
Okay. So you have more of a load.
Way
when I
more.
leave.
And I think it's more of a mental load because I get asked a million more questions
That you're not used to.
that I'm not used to getting asked.
I'm the
Normally
buffer.
I can sit in the kitchen around the whole family and work and not be bothered. And then when you're gone, it's just I can't. So
I get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like there's this big gap in what is normally filled during the time that you're gone that changes things.
That makes sense then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm still going to travel.
Of course. Travel.
That will not stop. I already have a few trips planned for next year.
Yeah, but not
excessive.
back to back,
No.
not excessive. So
No.
that's one thing that we always
We've had to learn that because I'd be
Yes.
planning some back-to-back stuff.
Yeah, it'll be like 3 trips in a month and I'm like, "What?"
We've had to learn the balance with that. I've had to. And for you to understand, I'm not leaving because I want to leave you guys. It was like you were under this misunderstanding that I wanted to just be away.
Yeah.
Versus I absolutely adore my life and our family and what we've built. And I also enjoy traveling and being with friends and other women and doing that.
Sure.
And traveling with the kids. I was gone this week with all the kids and he was here. So
And I got a ton done.
you did get a ton done. You always work on some big old project while we're gone. If I bring the kids somewhere or if I go solo. Mm-hmm. But I think it was you realizing I wasn't trying to get away from anything, but it's just a part of life that I also enjoy and do not carry any guilt for doing.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, thank you for
happy for you on that.
sacrificing things for our family.
Yeah.
This was eye-opening for me. This was not how our conversation went last time. I know you don't remember it, but...
And neither do you.
No, we ended on... We didn't really feel like we had sacrificed because we had supported each other. Like, you... Vice versa. Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, I want to do a bodybuilding competition. This is going to be grueling. It's going to take time, energy. I'm literally going to be hangry, cranky.
Yep.
And you were, maybe probably a little hesitant at first. We usually are a little hesitant at first, but then really supportive.
There's always something that you're after.
I know.
There's the new thing. And,
I know.
You're killing it.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're seeing this one through. So that's awesome.
I was ready to quit, man, many times. But I do feel you really got your hands full with marrying me. Because you've had to put up with so many different versions of me over the years.
It keeps life interesting.
Thank you for that perspective. That's a good way
But
to
I could
look
say
at
the
it.
same to you, that you got your hands full with marrying me.
Yes, but probably not as much as you've had to put up with me, if we're being honest.
I mean, you've had
I'm a little
quite a bit of
unhinged.
changes.
Yeah.
But
I've had a messy 5 years.
yeah.
Past 5 years. That's another story for another day. But I do feel like...
Pause.
So what we realized is that we absolutely have sacrificed, but that's a really beautiful thing.
Yes.
And that just being in a marriage is a sacrificial piece, but in a really like selfless way.
Yeah.
And it's not that you're sacrificing, and it's so hard to
It's
give
like
up.
you can't be who you want to be, or you can't live life, or you
Right.
can't do the things you love to do
Right.
because you have to sacrifice for the fam. No,
It's
it's
like
not.
an honor.
Right.
It's
It's
more of an
not.
honor.
Right. And it's also doing the things that you love to do.
Yeah. Within
It's
it all.
Within it all. Right.
And that's what I
Yeah.
feel like we've done a pretty great job of over the years
Yeah.
of, when you are a great runner. When you were super into doing 5Ks, you did them all summer long. And I remember showing up at the butt crack of dawn with 4 or 5 little kids. It would be like super cold out in November, Thanksgiving, turkey 5K, and we'd be there. And obviously you could look at it as sacrificing, but it was just wanting to be together, wanting to support one another. And no matter what it's been, whether I was starting a business from home, or you were going to hop into entrepreneurship, or, look for a different job, or I was going to do whatever crazy thing I was going to do at the time, we've been able to pursue those things, support one another, while being fully involved in parenting and help our kids and supporting their dreams and their goals. And I think it's that balance of bringing your kids into your world and also stepping into their world, but also choosing not to have separate worlds and just, melding it all together.
Yeah. And I think of, there's so many stories of, couples that either don't make it, or, well, I guess none of them, these stories, they don't make it because they have this like, hey, we have to sacrifice. We can't be who we are or live like, do the things that we love to do because of the family.
Right.
And there's so many situations where they don't make it, or the wife, like, or the husband or someone just like flies off, some crazy story of like, just becoming someone completely different, or, they moved to Timbuktu or something, joined a cult or something, and I think if you're in a life and you're sharing your life with someone who doesn't support you and encourage you to do the things that you love and what you want to do, it can lead to that.
Right. Because you didn't get to experience any of the things within the safety and the preciousness of that marriage and that family.
Yeah.
And that can be, I will say there's been some times where I've brought some, crazy ideas. Like when I started my Young Living business back in, you were very much against it. Because it was a network marketing business. Yeah. You had a lot of feelings about it. Yeah. You were, I
didn't know anything about network marketing, only the negative perception that people put out there about it.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you said no.
Yeah. And I said no mainly because of how dramatic of a shift you were trying to make in our lives with it. Right. It was like, hey, all of these products, all of these things that we've used, that I've used since growing up, it was like, all of it is bad. All of it is toxic. We're going completely toxic free and chemical free.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah. and you were against it, and he told me no, and I still did it. I absolutely still did it. I was like, well, I'm doing it, and vice versa. You showed me a house one time, and you were like, I think we should get it, and I was like, absolutely not. And you still went forward and bought it. And
that's the house we're living in right now.
And guess what? In those times, Young Living was like one of the best decisions we ever made. This house has been fantastic for us, even though I said no. So I feel like we've had good pull of, and we both eventually come around too. And then there's been other times where we've been like, nah, that's probably not what I would do, but I trust you, or I'm going to follow your lead.
I don't like that statement.
What?
That's not what I would do, but go ahead.
Like
you say it drives me nuts, actually.
I do say that because I don't want it to come back on me one day. Well, you said you would agreed at it. It's my disclaimer.
Yep.
Well, I don't want this, but if you do, I support you. It's my loophole.
It is.
But I just feel like we usually know when we need to kind of like, I mean, for me, when I need to, you know, submit to your leadership and trust what your decision was. And then also know when we need to, when the other person is holding us accountable and saying, hey, that's actually, because there's times I've had wild ideas and you're like, Megan, it's like you want to like shake me, like, come on, come back to reality. And then I follow your lead and I'm like, oh, he was so right. That would have been a disaster. You know, so I think there's times where we've both, it's like you know when you're like, nope, this is something that I'm going to do and it's going to be good, or it might not pan out how I thought, and then I'll learn from this experience, knowing that we're going to have each other's back either way.
Yeah.
And like just the sacrifice involved in laying aside some of those things or still pursuing some of those things, but being there for one another through it.
For sure. I think we've done pretty good at all of that.
I agree, my man. It's been a good ride.
It has.
And what else do we have before us? It's so exciting. I'll try to keep it a little bit more low-key.
I think we should also do a podcast about all of the different things you've gone through as an individual.
We should. We should, because you are a very patient man. A very patient man for dealing with my crazy antics. Like, when I lay it all out, I'm like, am I just absolutely off my rocker?
Are you okay?
Am I okay?
Like, right now, I don't know.
Like, right now, you don't know if I'm okay?
Well, I don't know.
You're like, I never know. I never know where you are. I think I'm okay right now.
Okay.
Am I? No. Now I'm concerned for myself. Am I good?
I don't know. You usually, if something's going on, you bury yourself in something. Right now it's bodybuilding, so I don't know.
I got 2 weeks left of that, so I guess we'll see afterwards if I just completely unravel or, stay in a triumphant state.
Yeah.
I guess time will tell.
I think you're good.
I think so too.
But we never know.
We'd never know. There's no way of telling. Because we'll think everything is good, and then the bomb goes off. Well, thank you guys for tuning in today. This is our second conversation of this, but we came to a whole new place, which is very interesting to me.
Yes.
It was super enlightening. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. And thank you for sacrificing for our family.
And now we both cannot say we don't remember this conversation because we can always go back
We've got
and watch it. There's the proof.
Proof right here.
Here it is.
Fantastic. I love it. Well, this was fun.
It was.
Mm-hmm. So tune in for next episode. We're going to be bringing some riveting stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye, everybody.